Alright, so it's time to do a Jinglu guide shenanigan. And as always, we are always late in these guides because I was too busy playing some single player games.
I'll have 2 number 9s, 1 supersized, 1 regular.
Anything else?
A number 6 with extra sauce, and I cook.
So today, let's go do a Jinglu guide. I think most information has been spoken before, right? How about I give you like a guide to do something that is new? If you want to keep your Jinglu without her eye patch blindfold thingy, you hit your camera button, you hit the option up here, you click the turn character around, double click it and click the idle animation, and then your Jinglu will be without the eye patch. She doesn't blink though, unlike other characters, so her eyes is just like a PNG that's stuck up there. So yeah, you want to play Jinglu without eye patch, there you go. Other than that, all right, that's the most important part of the guide. Okay, so let's first explain her passive. When Jinglu casts ult or presses her E, she gains 1 stack of Syzygy. At 2 stacks, she enters her enhanced state. In her enhanced state, she gets 50% crit rate and 2100 attack. What the hell? What the fuck, man? Who made this? If all your allies have at least 3000 health, then you get 2100 attack. But you always get the 50 crit rate, assuming your talent is level 10, right? Even though it's a big essay, essentially it's 50 crit rate and 2100 attack. So even if you have 2000 attack on Jinglu, you jump up to 4k anyways. Having above 4k attack really doesn't matter too much. So her state is quite simple. If you use your ult or if you use your E outside of enhanced state, you get 1 stack of Syzygy. At 2 stack of Syzygy, you gain your enhanced state, which gives you a fuck ton of stat. Then your E is now free. Normally, your E just does ice damage to 1 enemy and gain 1 stack of Syzygy. During your enhanced state, your E is now AoE, and it consumes 1 stack of Syzygy instead of consuming a skill point. On average, Jinglu uses like 0.5 skill point per turn if you space out the skill point usage, right? And your ult does big damage to 1 single enemy and AoE, right? And you gain 1 stack of Syzygy. Her gameplay is quite simple. If you want to min-max damage, you only use your ult when you're already in your enhanced state. But I'll be honest, like realistically, for a smooth rotation, it's not super bad to ult outside of your enhanced state if you just want to get the enhanced state quicker. Her basic attack can mostly be ignored because you're never really using this, right? Your E generates 20 energy normally and 30 energy during enhanced state, which is like very interesting. I think that's a lot of energy gain, and that's about it, right? For her talent priority, I would go for talent, skill, and then ult, because I feel like your talent gives you an unholy amount of stats. It goes from 40 crit rate to 50 crit rate, and the attack is like 1.2 to 2.1k attack, right? Yeah. Okay, never mind. I would say skilled and talent and ult then, because the buff is already super high to begin with. Her first talent gives her 35 effect resistance during her enhanced state, which is kind of cool, I guess. It's something, you know, it's something. And after using Transcendence Flash, her next action is advance forward by 10%. This is bullshit. Bro, this kind of snowballs her a lot. If you have like 135, 140 speed on her, this fucking snowballs. This is not a destruction character. What happened to destruction path, man? Destruction was once like the tanky DPS. Now destruction is like erudition hunt. Destruction is like fucking doing everything. When in your enhanced state, your ult does 20% more damage, right? So ideally, you want to ult during your enhanced state. But like once again, right? If you have to ult outside your enhanced state just to get the enhanced state quicker, that's also fine. To min-max damage, ideally you ult within. Fuck, the more I look at this character, the more dumb it gets. She gets 37.3 critical damage and 9 speed. I swear to God, destruction character have steroids. Daniel gets 40 crit damage to 50 crit damage, and he gets like up to 80% damage bonus for free, right? On top of his free critical rate. Why does destruction character get so much free stat? Like, what the fuck is this? They literally have twice the stat of other character. You know what? I'll take it. Why not, right? This could be a good thing or a bad thing, or in my opinion, it's just a bad thing. But unlike Genshin, which is their other game, destruction light cones are very niche, if that makes sense. Like, aside from Clara that can use everything, destruction light cone, at least for the 5-star, they're very specific for their character. And the Fall of Aeon is there, was supposed to be the general version, right? That is free, that can be used for all character. However, this is the XDD part. This is useless on Blade because Blade scales up HP. Fall of Aeon can kinda be used on Jinglu if you focus on her damage outside of of her enhanced state. Realistically, the majority of her DPS is within the enhanced state anyway, so there can be argument for both, right? But then again, it's just an attack stat stick. This Lycone is pretty good on Daniel because, well, Daniel gets every stat but attack. Secret Vow became one of the most used destruction Lycone just because it gives a non-conditional 20% damage up. The HP missing is kind of whatever, but if you have this at 5, that's basically another damage orb, right? Destruction doesn't really have a lot of like general usage choices. They're all very specific. Compared to Genshin, right, where we have like the Jade, Cutter, and Tap of Homa weapon that literally anyone can use regardless of the state of the game, right? I would say currently destruction characters and their Lycone is quite problematic. Maybe that's just my take, but whatever, right? Alright, so let's go back to Jingliu. For Jingliu, ideally for 5-star, you use her own Lycone. Otherwise, you use Fall of Aeon. Aside from that, it's just Secret Vow. And for 3-star, I think Collapsing Sky is the one that gives you more damage on skill by 40% for your 3-star option, right? So yeah, that's about it. Alright, next, let's go for builds. So ideally, the set you want to run for her would be the Ice set. It increases ice damage by 10%, and after you use your ult, your crit damage increased by 25% for 2 turns. If you have decent uptime on your ult, or you run a Harmony character, this is roughly a 60% uptime for 25 critical damage. Generally, you build your Jingliu around 40 to 50 critical rate, or maybe 30 if you're pushing it and you run her with like a Fu Xuan or something to buff crit rate. And then the rest, you just stack critical damage, right? You don't have to push super high attack on her or super high crit rate on her, and it's just crit damage, so she's pretty easy to build. She also gets the bonus speed, so that also helps building up to 135 speed, right? So Ice set, I would say, is the ideal general usage set for her. There is an argument for Quantum set, but I feel like that's just very niche. You do more damage to enemy that's weak against Quantum. When the wearer deals damage, you ignore 10% defense. If the wearer has Quantum weakness, you ignore another 10%, right? So you always have the 10% Quantum weakness ignore. Her own Light Cone also give her defense ignore if you have 3 stack. And, you know, if you run Pella for defense reduction and Pella E4. So Pella E4 reduce enemy ice resistance by 12% for 2 turns. Pella ult reduces enemy defense generally, right? So you can have a lot of defense ignore, defense pen. But I would say if you don't want the Quantum set, just farm the Ice set for general usage. I would say the damage difference only really shows if you have Jingliu and her Light Cone plus the Quantum set, then you can really see the damage difference. But otherwise, it's not a lot really. Orb and Rope, I think it's just this, to be honest. You just run the crit rate set because it increased your basic attack and skill damage by 20%. Basically half an orb, and most people farm World 7 anyways, so this is pretty good. This is pretty general usage. If you're me and you're fucking XDD, then you build this because you only build support. Yeah, that's about it, right? For my build, I have 2.1k attack because her passive talent gives her up to 2.1k attack anyways. I'll be 4k attack. I'll have 140 speed, 46 crit rate that goes to 96 on her enhanced state, 255 crit damage, and 124 energy regen. 1 copy of her Light Cone for the more critical damage and the damage bonus and the defense ignore, yada yada. Relic, I just run speed, attack, Vaughn because that's how I farm. Yeah, E0. For team comp build, generally it's just Jingliu plus any Harmony character or plus Pella or both, right? That's just how you build hyper carry team. For me, I run this team. I like this team. However, there's slight molding. I don't know why, okay? I'm so fucking confused because everyone told me differently, but it doesn't work. Ting Yun E prioritized the ally with the highest attack, but Ting Yun ult doesn't. My chat and I has went through everything this entire stream. Her ult does not prioritize the one with higher attack, does not prioritize the one with higher crit rate or crit damage as well, because she also doesn't buff Jingliu within her enhanced state. She also doesn't buff me based on the position in my team as well. And I have come to the conclusion that 1, either Ting Yun just really likes Blade and she perma buff Blade, or 2, Blade ult has a lower ult cost than Jingliu. That's my last fucking brain cell running here, because bro, my chat gave me every suggestion on how to make Ting Yun auto battle AI buff Jingliu, but it doesn't work. She doesn't even buff in the enhanced state. I give up at this point. I think it's how much closer they are to 100%. That theory also does not work. Blade can be at 20% or 70% energy, and Jingliu can be the opposite number. Regardless, Ting Yun will always buff my Blade with her ult. We've tested every theory. I give up. I don't understand Ting Yun. Maybe alphabetical order. Ting Yun also ults Japart rather than Kafka, right? There's a hidden priority or something. You do a damage showcase? You mean like a max buff damage showcase? I don't really do damage showcase because like if I fucking stack multiple buffers first and just do big fat fucking damage. That's generally not how people play, right? I mean, I don't build up my Bronya, right? And she's fucking like E4 because I don't want to XDD damage numbers. Most of the character I use are E0 or E1 though. E1 here, E1 here. The rest is pretty much E0 except Himeko that is E17. I don't know. Maybe we'll ask the YouTube frogs. Hey, YouTube frogs, do you want me to like wail for Topaz or should I just keep my account E0? I'm thinking about wailing for Topaz for a certain character that's not Topaz because I think she looks really cool. Yeah, we have the emote called Sex Alarm in my chat for some fucking reason. It's just Gunafan bonking the bong thingy. Alright, so what now? Do I just do an MOC auto run? Should Clara sit there? Yeah, might as well put Clara there, right? Another Clara showcase. XDD. Another day. Another Clara. Wait, if I put Tingyun here, surely Tingyun will buff my Jinglu instead of Clara, right? Okay, auto battle. Don't fail me now. Whoever has least energy, that also does not work. Okay, now she buffed Jinglu. I swear to God, it's just Blade, right? Is it because Blade damage calculates based on HP? Because Clara has higher attack than Jinglu. Blade damage is calculated based on HP and attack. That's why Tingyun always ults Blade. I mean, she always ults Blade even if Daniel is on the team. So it's always Blade? If I run with Blade instead of Clara to test, yeah, I can try a Blade run instead of Clara after this. I swear to God, my videos always derails randomly to a random topic. I'm a professional YouTuber. My video always derails. What the fuck, man? My video always turns into other shit. Let's go! For science!
In lunar flame.
Let me test her. I swear to God, if I put Blade in here and Tingyun start ulting Blade, I swear it's Blade priority. I fucking swear it's Blade priority. Fuck yeah. It's Blade priority. Okay, maybe that's just a fluke. Maybe she won't ult Blade again. Oh yeah, my stats on my Jinglu. Here you go. Hee hee.
Yin and yang.
In lunar flame.
So Blade has higher energy and she ults Blade. So it doesn't ult based on her lower energy. It just ults Blade. Tingyun just ults Blade. E6 Jinglu, E0. Okay, I swear to God, if I put Blade Daniel, Tingyun is still gonna ult Blade. Isn't path priority for the ult? But they're all the same path. They're all destruction. I don't know. I don't know anymore, man. Is it always Blade? Try Serval? Who else? Who else do I test here? Jing Yuan and Blade. Okay, sure. I don't fucking get it though. You remember when Bronya was never buffing Blade? And then I think Hoyoverse just did a fix where instead of fixing the problem, they just put Blade on the highest priority. Blade Himeko? Sure. So she will E Himeko, but she always ults Blade, no? Yeah. Blade Kafka? Bro, I was trying to make an auto battle team with Tingyun, Blade, and Jinglu. And Tingyun, for some reason, perma ults Blade, and I started molding. I started fucking molding. Just playing. Try Arlen? You think it's alphabetical? Ain't no way it's alphabetical. Ain't no way. Bro, she E's an Arlen with 0. She used E on an Arlen with 0 gear. But she ults Blade. I swear it's just Blade, man. I swear it's just Blade. Blade is for some reason super high priority on Ting Yun's auto battle. Try Nihil, we did. We tried Nihil. We tried Jinglu. We tried Himeko, Kafka, MC. We tried every DPS character I have. Even Servo. This was supposed to be a Jinglu guide. Whatever. All right, chat. Just remember the biggest tip on how to play Jinglu is open your camera, make her turn around twice, and click idle animation. There you go. Biggest tip to play Jinglu. Aside from that, until next time, chat. Until they fucking fix this bug, I guess. Bye-bye.